Night operations are essential to the trucking industry. To competitively service customers, most trucking companies and independents conduct a great portion of their long-haul business at night. In some respects, night driving has one advantage because there is less passenger car traffic to contend with. On the other hand, there are some unique conditions to night driving which require you, the professional truck driver, to make special adjustments. Just like snow-covered or icy roads, fog or rain, driving at night poses some extraordinary hazards. Hello, I'm Chuck Aber. In the next few minutes, we're going to give you some driving tips that will make night driving safer and easier.
You know, a true professional driver is ready for everything. And although we have a time schedule to meet, when we're driving at night, because of the decrease in visibility, because of adverse weather conditions, because of the fact that we can't see as far peripherally to the sides of the road, we have to slow our speeds down so that we can maintain control of our vehicle. It's going to be harder to see a bump in the road. It's going to be harder to see a camelback out in the road. It's going to be harder to see all these things. And if we want to react in a safe, professional manner, we have to keep our speeds down to where we can control our vehicle no matter what the situation is.
It's a good idea to begin to adjust your night driving habits about a half hour before dusk. Decrease your speed, increase your following distance, and intensify your scanning. Your ability to see is the greatest problem with night driving. For several reasons, your field of vision is decreased at night. For instance, your view is limited to the actual headlight range. Let's take a look at some additional factors that affect night driving.
So one of the main features of driving at night or using your eyes in dim illumination is dark adaptation. So the effect of this time required for the dark adaptation is that if you leave a brightly lit environment, whether it's a brightly lit restaurant or a fuel stop or whatnot, you really haven't adjusted to night vision. You can't really see clearly at night for at least 4 or 5 minutes, and then that will actually continue to improve for perhaps another half an hour or so. One other feature of night vision is that the pupils enlarge to let in more light, which helps in our light gathering ability, but it has the side effect of stressing the focusing system of the eye somewhat more, and someone who may be able to see fairly well in bright light because the pupils are small may not see as well at night if they need glasses.
Here are some basic driving tips that will help make night driving easier and safer. Before starting a trip, clean the windshield inside, especially if you smoke. And clean the outside of the windshield, the mirrors, and the headlights to improve your visibility. Dawn and dusk are two particularly hazardous driving times. It's a good idea to put the headlights on a half hour before sunset and leave them on until a half hour after sunrise. They will help the other motorists see your truck. During the hours of darkness, federal regulations require the use of high-beam headlights unless meeting or following another vehicle within 500 feet, or unless atmospheric conditions, such as fog, require the use of low beams. Don't look directly into the headlights of oncoming traffic. Instead, look toward the center of your lane or toward the right-hand edge of the road. The point is to avoid the glare of looking directly into oncoming headlights.
Well, aging causes several types of eye changes, some of which are normal and some of which are not. One of the most common is a change in the lens of the eye, and the lens tends to get a little harder and starts to cloud up slightly. If this process is extreme, we call it cataracts, and a cataract extraction may be required, but it's really a normal part of aging for these things to occur. After images really are part of the dark adaptation process. The chemical changes that occur when we shift our vision from being able to see in bright light to being able to see in dim light take several minutes, and once our eyes are dark adapted for being able to see in dim light, we're really not very tolerant of bright light, and actually a bright light can overstimulate the retina and temporarily cause it to lose its sensitivity. There really isn't anything very specifically that one can do, and probably rubbing the eyes, although most of us have a desire or tendency to do that when we feel fatigue, probably doesn't help. It may in fact hurt. Double vision is probably the most severe warning sign or danger sign, and that's really a sign of overall alertness problems, and it really isn't safe at all to drive with double vision, so there aren't any simple tricks that one can use. That's really a sign that you really ought to stop immediately.
Increase your following distance. Remember that even though stopping distances at highway speeds are technically the same for day and night, your ability to react promptly is reduced at night. Your ability to react is limited by your ability to see. Therefore, the practical stopping distance is greater at night. Don't overdrive your headlights. You have to see a potential road hazard first before you can react to it. Your visual distance, or how far you can see, is greatly reduced at night. Therefore, your reaction time is less than it is during the day. In some rural areas, stay alert for wildlife and livestock. Hitting any animal, no matter how small, could cause you to lose control of your vehicle. Be especially cautious in areas posted open range, cattle or deer crossing, and other such posted areas. And always be alert for drunk drivers or sleepy drivers, especially after midnight.
The only real solution for particularly the fatigue problems is rest, and the feeling of severe eye fatigue or difficulty focusing or not being able to see clearly or having too many after images, all of those are really warning signs that you've stressed the system too much by driving at night or by fatigue, and that you need rest.
It's important to remember that vehicles can be seen more easily when they are clean and properly lighted. You should make certain that the headlights, reflectors, marker lights, clearance lights, tail lights, identification lights, and brake lights are clean and operable. And always keep the mirrors, windows, and windshields clean for optimum nighttime visibility. If you begin to have problems with your eyes, recurring headaches, blurred vision, or pain, see your doctor for a thorough eye exam. Good vision will help make you a safer driver and keep you on the road longer. Let's take a minute to recap the basic safety principles of night driving. Slow down, increase your following distance, and intensify your scanning. From dusk to dawn, drive with the high beams on. Don't overdrive the headlights. Remember, you have to see a hazard before you can react to it. Your vehicle can be seen better if the reflectors and lights are clean and operable. Have a professional eye examination at least every other year or sooner if you start to experience eye problems.
Remember, you are the professional. It's up to you to anticipate the unexpected situation, stay alert, and watch out for the other guy. Following these basic night driving tips can increase your margin of safety and decrease your chances of a nighttime accident.